Ow. Alright guys, for today's video, it's a, I don't know, it's flock related, obviously, but there's also more to this, and we're going to dig into a little bit more stuff. Now, there's this dude, this James Lee guy. You may have seen him before or not, but I mentioned in the last video I made, I don't even remember what it was. I'm getting so lost in all of this mass surveillance stuff. I can't even keep track of what everything is. But my last video, I said that stop trying to claim that flock cameras are just a government psyop to push something else. I was specifically referring to this James Lee guy. I think this dude is an absolute grifter. Every single thing that he talks about, he claims is a government psyop. Flock cameras and the resentment against flock cameras is not a government psyop. And I'll show you a couple examples. Watch this video.
Oh, just enjoying a nice day at the park. Oh my God, you know what? There's no cars here. There's no nothing. Oh my God, what do we have here?
So, why would that upset us? Oh, well, because we have been told for how long that flock cameras are just license plate readers. We all know that as a lie. This shows that's a lie. They do far more than read license plates. The reason people don't like flock is because they blatantly flat out lie about everything, and then they do the exact opposite. They're right in your face about lying it. That is the main reason, okay? Now, watch this video. As you can see from that video, flock has spread like a cancer because it is a cancer. So the reason why people are so adamant against flock right now is because flock, unlike all these other companies that are kind of doing it slightly behind the scenes, they're doing it blatantly in your face. And on top of that, there's no cybersecurity that goes with it. The abuse is rampant with these. The amount of officers and stuff that have been fired in Atlanta alone in like the past 2 weeks, totally different video I'll get onto. But the abuse in Minnesota, the flock employees themselves, using live stream monitoring of children and gymnastic gyms and swimming pools thousands of times. That is the reason people are against flock. It is not a government psyop to push them to another company, okay? It's not. People are against flock because they're the most brazen and brash and in your face about it of all these mass surveillance spyware systems, okay? That is the reason people are doing it. Now, this guy, the grifter here, wants to say, oh, I think this is all happening because they're just trying to push all of this stuff to Axon. Axon is the company that makes all of the police body cams, tasers, and all this stuff. They have license plate readers of their own. I'm sure there's several more companies out there that have the exact same thing. There's tons of companies with this AI stuff, as you can see from City Detect and Bus Patrol and all this stuff that I've been sharing on. A lot of these companies are all integrated into the same tech because we're living at a time now where AI is out of control, running rampant, and everyone wants to get in on it and make as much money as possible. Now, seeing Axon is backed by BlackRock and Vanguard. Trump invested $5 million earlier this year, which he did when right before ICE signed a contract with Axon for their body cams because of all the whole immigration thing of illegals in this country. So of course he did that, and like Trump or not, he's no different than any other politician. The greatest investor in history was frickin' Nancy Pelosi. Just look up at how great her investments outperformed the market every single year she was in power, okay? This isn't just a Trump thing. This is what they're all scumbags, every last one of them. They're all in it for the money, period, okay? And I'll link to a firm co-founded by Jeffrey Epstein and Israel Prime Minister Ehud Barak, okay? Great, yeah, the money's all going back to Israel stuff. If you look at any of the other videos I've done, the Bus Patrol video, I look and I show you exactly who these people are that are investing these things. All the money from all of these things keep going back to Israel. It is no different whether it's Axon or whatever. They are all controlled by the same people, okay? But now, since we are on this whole thing with the Axon stuff, let's look at Axon And I just found out something today that I had not heard of before. So that is really what I want to look into and then see how that ties into a whole other grift that's going on that a lot of people have been falling for, okay? But Axon, protecting more lives in more places. Here we go. Again, it's all about your safety. Axon, what they do mostly is, like I said, body cams, tasers, license plate readers, all stuff. Anything mass surveillance, Axon is also part of it, okay? That's what they do. So protect more lives, more places, blah, blah, blah. Find vehicles faster, gain visibility and insight across our entire camera network with even more flexibility in how you do it. Why do we need to find these vehicles faster? Why? We don't. Okay? This is another thing. Oh, 75% of all crimes involve a car. Do they? So that's some random ass statistic they'll give you to try and make you think that, hey, what they're doing is valid. This trying to get the lemmings out there, the morons, the useful idiots to believe in this egregious trampling of the rights is somehow acceptable. Force multiply with the AI aeroplane. Discovering new capabilities with the AI aeroplane, including Axon Vision and all new features for Axon Assistant, attribute, search, and more. Explore our plan. Don't care to. Revolutionize real-time operations from connected cameras to real-time crime centers, gains better situational awareness and improve response strategies. So real-time crime centers is they're going to employ a bunch of Karens to sit there and watch people live as they go about their lives everywhere throughout the country and decide whether or not that person is doing something that this Karen doesn't fucking like. That is what these real-time crime centers are. And what would they need to be able to run all these crime centers? Oh, that's right. Data centers. That's why they're pushing those data centers to monitor, to power these cameras, to store all the information they are saving, to trample your rights, okay? It is not just one company. It is an entire industry that is set up around this. And it ties into another industry, and we're about to get into that. But let me get through this first. Don't go anywhere, okay? Take disguise to protect against aerial threats and deploy drones at first responders with Axon's end-to-end drone solution for public safety. Again, there we go. Safety. That lying word catch-all that they try to use. Safety. But you ask me, all drones are a threat. Including Axons, including police drones, they're all a threat. Protect your airspace from unauthorized drones. What? Stay ahead with proven drone detection and mitigation to protect facilities, events, and operations from emerging threats. How about all of the airspace that we all consume? How about the airspace over my own property? Why is it that my airspace only goes up so high in the air before it is then taken over by federal airspace to where these drones are then allowed to fly around because the FAA classifies drones as aircraft? Why can't I protect my airspace? Why are we not allowed to do this? Why is this only applied to the government? Ask yourself that. Stop threat without taking life. Tasers, if you look into the effectiveness of tasers, it's way lower than they want you to believe. Safer communities start with smarter tech. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, safer and smart tech. No, of course. Everything is about safety. And of course, we're going to use safety as the reason to bring in all this technology to trample your rights. Now, with this done, this little intro to Axon is done, I want to move into this other thing that I just found out about earlier. It is called Axon Lightpost. Okay, and what it is, if you look, I mean, it's pretty obvious here. It's a camera, a license plate reader, everything that just attaches to all existing infrastructure light posts out there, and this ties into existing solar panels that have been on these light posts for supposedly about 60 years. Okay, deploys in minutes, detects and stream in real time. So not only is it just not taking pictures like Flock claims to be, just pictures of the license plate. No, they are telling you flat out, no, we will stream it in real time. Everything you do, everything that happens is monitored. There's nothing that can happen without you being seen and tracked and followed. It will be shown in real time. Axon Lightpost combines automatic license plate readers, live streaming, and vehicle attribute recognition in a fast-to-deploy form factor, expanding coverage without loopholes, trenching, or delays. Reliable plate capture at a distance, built-in power, Fast and easy installation, deployment support. Okay, advanced vehicle intelligence. Axon Fusus brings live video and plate reads from Axon Lightpost together with other sensors and data to provide unified real-time insights, enabling agencies to solve crimes involving vehicles even faster. Because again, 75% of all crimes include a vehicle. Sure they do. Sure. But that's just a stat they want to use for you. And of course here it ties in with that's what their license plate readers look like. This is called the Outpost. Okay, so essentially it's the Axon version of a flock camera. Same deal, different look, same Fourth Amendment violation, and same thing that needs to be stopped. Okay, all right, we don't need any questions about this. Okay, so now let's watch this video real quick about this douche from Axon and this guy with this company that this ties into.
Now, throughout history, outposts, that has been where the protectors are stationed at the edge of civilization. That's what Outpost is. It's a next-generation fixed camera you can set anywhere. An outpost protecting the boundaries of your community. I'm also excited to announce that we are working with another industry leader to turn streetlights into smart ALPR and live streaming cameras.
We built a reputation with more than 900 cities and utilities for turning ordinary streetlights into extraordinary tools for public safety. So Todd's plugging this into the photocell socket, which has been common for 60 years on 450 million streetlights. 10 to 40 hours of video storage, and all integrated with Axon Fusus.
Now we are into this other company's website. They're based out of Florida or wherever, but Ubiquia is the name of that company. And you can see how quickly their little, I don't even know what that thing was. The thing that ties into a street light, which is supposedly like an external battery, you can see how quickly that gets attached to the pole, right? They walk up there, they get on a cherry picker, go up there, they tighten it down, it's up in a minute flat, and then they're gone. That's how quickly it goes. Unlike the flock cameras and stuff where they have to plant a pole into the ground and not follow any of the actual laws and regulations regarding how a pole needs to be there and break away and all this stuff and at the certain mile impacts and all that shit. They just go up onto what is already there, attach it, and walk away. Okay, but here, Ubiquit, AI for smarter cities, utilities, public safety, of course, and enterprises. So let's see what they offer here. This is a street audit. So you're driving down the road, much like the City Detect and the stuff on Bus Patrol. You'll be driving down and picking everything up, okay? What is this one? This one is intelligent street lights. Lower energy bills, eliminate wasted truck rolls, and take control of every street light from a single platform. I don't know what a truck roll is. It makes no sense to me. I only assume what they started this as was a external battery thing for those streetlights to run, because these streetlights they demonstrate have photo panels on them, or photovoltaic panels on them, so solar panels. Traffic and curb management. Tap into the live feed traffic, pedestrian, and curb activity on existing streetlight infrastructure. There you go. So you're saying now we're going to watch all these cars drive by, all these people walking around, people walking their dogs, people playing with their children. All this stuff will be tracked, so you can't do anything. Here we go. Safety and security. Transform streetlights into camera sites with no new poles or trenching required. Convenient. It's already there, so we're just going to attach right into it. Grid monitoring. Stop transformer failures before they happen, restore power faster, or full upstream and downstream visibility. How does... What? The way power works, right, is current runs in different directions, and then they have substations and nodes in between. When a section of that area goes down, it can tell you between what two nodes exactly is. What is a camera doing, looking at a transformer going to tell you? Nothing. You don't see electricity flowing. It just does. Power quality monitoring. Identify where power distribution starts so you can protect equipment cost, cut costs, and plan capacity with confidence. Again, how is a camera going to stop this? Oh, substation monitoring. Keep substation secure and online with continuous protection against breaches, faults, and thermal events. Boy, this sure looks hot out here. I'm glad we're being able to pick up the thermal events there. Oh my God. Okay, so there's something down here I want to get to. This is case studies, they're propaganda, but this will go through here and down through here and to, come on, scroll, to this one. Ubiquia's $106 million raise signals a new phase of smart infrastructure. So let's click on this article. Okay. Most people walk under streetlights without a second thought. They fade into the background of daily life, quietly doing their job. But for Fort Lauderdale-based Ubiquia, the same poles represent something far more valuable, a vast, underused network that can power real-time data, improve energy resilience, and support public safety. Real-time data to monitor what you're doing, and public safety, the catch-all term to validate the trampling of your rights. Okay, the idea was getting a new First Amendment today. Ubiquia got $106 million. We're going to look into these here in a minute. Funding reflects growing investor confidence. The simple premise, the fastest way to modernize cities, ways to update all that exist. Obviously, that's the same with everything. It is always cheaper, just like when working on cars. This is why I keep saying, but my channel is about cars, despite what I'm doing here. But it is always cheaper to keep a paid off car on the road than it is to buy a new car. Same thing with this. I agree with that. If you, in order to keep things going, just take what you already have and improve upon it. But I do not agree with taking what already exists and turning it into mass surveillance spyware. That's where I disagree with this. Okay. Intelligence, legacy assets, streetlights, transforms utilities, blah blah. Technology. Aaron. Okay. CEO Ian Aaron framed the raise as both validation and acceleration. Ubiquitous AI-driven solutions are proven by the largest utilities, municipalities, and businesses. Are scale and solutions that drive financial and operational improvements in grid resiliency, power quality, and public safety make Ubiquitous an attractive growth investment. A growth investment. Okay. All right, pressure, aging grids, energy demand, and climate-related disruptions. Hang on to this for a minute. Climate-related. I want to show you something. Investors are increasingly drawn to companies that can deliver measurable efficiency gains while supporting the energy transition. Pointed to this guy for 6 Cal pointed to broad implications in the technology. We are thrilled to lead this round and support Ubiquitous transformative vision for leveraging AI to monitor and digitize critical infrastructure. How is AI and digitation for infrastructure going to help anything in any way? Digitizing takes more resources, i.e. data centers, which take more water, which produce more noise and more heat and drive up the cost of all this RAM and stuff and the cost of everyday computers and shit that people just need to be able to live and work, because all of that stuff and all those chips are being produced and taken and bought and to be put in data centers to run this mass surveillance equipment. Ubiquitous stands out for its ability to turn existing urban and utility infrastructure into AI-enabled networks that deliver immediate operational and financial value. Financial value. Every single thing, like I'm saying, they are saying we can turn these streetlights into safety equipment, but the whole goal is to make money. How would they make money off of a streetlight that is about safety? By tracking people, monitoring what they do, and selling off that data. It is never about safety. It isn't. It is never about safety. The only way they make money off of this safety is by taking the budgets that are allocated to police departments, and then the police departments are spending that money on these stupid ass AI technologies, this AI spyware. Because what you will notice when it comes to anything government, if you're given a budget, they have to use 100% of it, because if, let's say they're given a budget of $5 million and they only use $4 million because that's all they need in that budget. Well, guess what? The next year, they will get only $4 million in that budget because they've shown that's all they need. So in order to keep getting as much money, your taxpayer money, as they can, they will find ways to spend every bit of your taxpayer money on shit that isn't needed. It is money laundering. The entire government existence is to launder money at this point. It is all to take the money out of your pockets and to give it to investors like this that feed that money off to private interests, mostly in other fucking countries. One is specifically that you cannot talk about, or you get labeled antiseptic, if you know what I'm saying. Their traction with utilities, municipalities, and commercial customers demonstrates they are defining the next generation of intelligent infrastructure, and we believe they are positioned to become a category leader globally. At the center of this platform is UBView, their feature that processes billions of data points to help utilities anticipate failures, improve response times, and extend asset lifespans. The company also expanding in intelligent lighting with products like the UbiCell microcontroller and UbiScout camera accessory, enabling adaptive lighting and traffic insights through existing networks. So they will charge the police stations and all this stuff money to install these cameras, to then capture pictures and driving data and information to sell off to data brokers, who will then sell that information off to insurance companies or whatever else, or to any advertiser that wants to use what they know about you now to run personalized ads for you. It's like, oh, you drive and you go to Target all the time. We see you on this road with this license plate reader. We're tracking that you're going from here to this Target. Guess what? Target's running the special for you. We think you're going to be into that because we also know your shopping habits. You have children that are they wear size smalls currently, and in the future they're going to be up to mediums and then larges, and we know that we can stack coupons in your favor to get you come buying stuff from Target because we had this information on your purchase history through us, plus your travel history to see how often you come to us, and we put all that data together to build a profile on you to know how much money we can extract from you. Oh, there, yeah. Also, the same camera up here on this Lightpost, guess what? They're also going to put speed cameras on there and red light cameras to send you tickets and shit, which you don't have to pay because there's no one there that has actually seen you commit a crime. It's some stupid algorithm in the camera. You don't actually have to pay those. You can fucking ignore those. If you respond to those, you are on the hook for trying to pay them, even though they're unconstitutional. Do not respond to those ever, okay? They will do that. Everything is a way to make money from you. Mary Marunoki, Innovation Partners, emphasize the practical nature of that approach. We are a proud partner with Ubiquia. Digitizing legacy assets such as streetlights and transformers is one of the fastest and most cost-effective ways to strengthen grids as utilities seek to reduce maintenance costs and improve grid resilience. Commented Ichiro Miyoshi. It's a Japanese company. Ubiquia's plug-and-play technology is fully consistent with our mission of supporting global energy transition, and we look forward to support their future growth and global expansion. As cities grow more complex, the most meaningful innovation may come from the infrastructure already in place. In the context, a street light above your head may be doing far more than lighting the way home. Right, here we go. There's something that already exists right there. We have an opportunity to make money from it. How can we do this? I know, let's spy on people. Let's do mass surveillance on people nonstop and then sell their data off and sell this real estate or our capabilities off to utilities and police to then have them buy into another company's spy product to integrate with our spy product because it's all running on AI and it all ties in together because we're all working on the same dystopian hellscape at the same time, and we have no guardrails in place to stop us from doing whatever we want and trampling your rights. The only thing stopping us now or slowing us down is people getting fed up with it and taking it in their own hands and removing said issues. But then you have other idiots like James Lee calling it a government psyop, instead of just seeing that people are generally pissed off about this shit. Now, I want to go back here. This is my main point of this. Let's look at these investors here, okay? 67 Capital Group. What is 67? 67 Capital. They're named this way because 67% of energy is wasted. Huh. So 67 Capital is an investment firm that invests in money to stop climate change. Huh. Transform energy inefficiency into investment opportunity. We're wasting energy. How can we recoup this money? All right, climate change. That's right. Yeah. Climate change. Climate change. People really believe in this man-made climate change grip. So we're going to do whatever we can, invest in AI companies and stuff that claim they're doing something better while also doing mass surveillance. Well, here's 67 Capital. That's weird. Okay. Let's look into another investor there. Which was another investor? The Morinoki Innovation Partners, okay? Morinoki Innovation Partners. toward carbon neutral society. Oh my God. Look, it's another investment group that is investing off of the climate grift. The whole man-made climate crisis bullshit. The stuff that says, hey, the reason it's hot in the summer is because you guys have cars. Not the fact that the hemisphere you're living in during your summers facing the sun and things get hotter that way. No, it's hotter in the summer because you people have cars. How can we make money off of that? Oh, I know. We need to push people into the 15-minute cities and get rid of their cars. Oh, but then if we get rid of their cars, they're going to run out of revenue on the cars. Oh, I know what we can do. We can take and we can use streetlights, right? And we can put cameras on streetlights to monitor people and everything they do and their habits and take their data and sell it off to reinvest and recoup money. It's all about money. From Japan to the world to achieve global carbon neutral society. New cutting-edge technologies must be deployed at scale to achieve a global carbon neutral society. We aim to accelerate the commercialization of innovative technologies by providing growth capital. Together with our investors and partners, we enable companies to scale and access global markets. We drive realization of global carbon neutral society by leveraging our unique perspective and expertise. Carbon does not cause the world to warm. The biggest mistake that these fucking climate change whack jobs have done was try and attach everything to that one little element. They're claiming carbon is the reason for everything. It is not. Carbon is a byproduct of just breathing. It's what happens. It is a natural process. Humans are not doing any of this shit. It's just what it is. The rocks and everything on the grounds and the mountains, they're all made of carbon. Carbon is the building block of every fucking thing. And they're trying to claim that that is what it is that is causing it to be hot in the summer. It is no hotter now than it has been in the past. What has been found when they try and claim things are hotter and like, oh no, you have to look at this. Climate is different than weather and temperature. Shut up. You can go back however far you want and see. 100 years ago, 200 years ago, the temperature was the goddamn same. In any areas that they're trying to say is hotter now is because where the weather stations where they were are now surrounded in cities that have expanded out to encapsulate them. Cities are heat sinks. They hold heat. They make things hotter. There has been found that like 60 or 70% of all of these weather stations that they get these temperature data from, all of them have old ass paint on it that are responsible for a 3-degree rise in temperatures that are being reported at those stations because the paint is old. This is the stuff that these grifters are using to try and get you to pay more money, to take away your rights and your freedoms, to control what you are doing, and to make more money from you. Everything is about control and money. Every single thing. And I can tell you this. If there was, in fact, a global warming and whatever, and melting ice caps and sea level rises, there is in no way banks would give loans to build beachfront property. There is in no way insurance companies would give out insurance policies on beachfront properties because it would be a guaranteed way for them to lose money. All you have to do is look at those two things to see that the entire climate grift is a fucking grift. None of it is real. It is all about control and what you can and can't do and what you can own. Remember, under the last administration, they were pushing for EVs. EVs are trash. They are garbage. They suck. They are soulless appliances that that do nothing to appeal to anybody. They were pushing for those. Why were they pushing for those? Well, let's just take Tesla, for example. You can have an issue with your Tesla. You go to bed, you wake up in the morning, and they sent an over-the-air update to update your Tesla. Your car should never be able to be updated wirelessly, because if it can be updated wirelessly, it can be shut down wirelessly. It can be controlled. It can be shut off completely. That is the reason they want to push you to cars, to EVs like that, or all these new cars that have all this bullshit technology in them. All these cars that have all this built-in spyware, that have the kill switches in, that have OnStar and stuff, which I just made a video on how to remove OnStar from your GM vehicle. I suggest you watch it and do it yourself. OnStar always had the ability to unlock your doors remotely and to shut your car off. OnStar was already a kill switch. I suggest you have a GM vehicle, you remove OnStar. Watch my video, learn how to do it. My God, it is all the same. It is all a grift, all about it. Happy Hamilton Lane, Clear Sky, Hamilton Lane. What is this? Hamilton Lane, Evergreen Funds. Again, another investment firm that invests in AI and climate responsibilities in freaking quotes. Okay? Another investing core here. Clear Sky. What is Clear Sky? Clear Sky, powering what's next? A cleaner, safer world. Wow, it sure is funny that you can have in your same sort of investment profile cybersecurity, mass surveillance, and energy transitions and climate change. Why are those two things so intertwined? By every one of these companies. Why are they so intertwined? It is because both of them are about control. Not one is about safety and the other one is not about making the environment, taking care of the environment. Both of them are about control. That is why they are integrated together in all of this stuff. So the flock cameras, people getting pissed off at those, is not a psyop. People are pissed off at those because they are so blatant in your face about what they are doing and trampling your rights. There are many other companies out here that are doing the same thing, okay? Axon, as we can see, is doing the same thing. Axon tying this whatever the hell this is, Ubiquia. Axon tying into them are doing the same thing. Bus Patrol and now license plate readers are doing the same thing. City Detect and AI-powered cameras are doing the same thing. Cognite and FalconNet from Israel are doing the same damn thing and spying on you and hacking and listening in on all your unencrypted phone calls and messages. They are all tied together. Every single one of them is the same thing from the same people that want to control you and what you can and can't do. Stop arguing over if one thing is worse than another. Every damn bit of it is bad and it all needs to be stopped. Every last bit of it. We are on a freaking vertical slope of how fast we are sliding down to a dystopian hellscape because nobody is putting a stop to this. There is no laws, there are no guardrails, there is nothing that is stopping this shit from happening. Everyone sees an opportunity to make money and people just, all they care about is money, damn the consequences, and they are running to get that money as fast as they fucking can. And that needs to stop. So yes, we need to keep pushing back and we need to keep fighting and we need to put an end to all this. I can only see at some point in time, we're going to get to a tipping point. A really bad tipping point, especially in this country, because we do have the Second Amendment, and I'm actually saying it in this video. And at some point in time, I think they're going to push people to the point of needing to use that to actually put an end to all this. Because no other country has that, and you can look and see what has happened to London. Londonistan, what's going on now. How you can have someone out there who comes across someone who shouldn't be there, gets stabbed, then that guy's cousin, the stabber, came and made lies that the dude that was stabbed on the ground, a actual British citizen, said a bad word, and then the mother of the stabber can come, take the knife that was used and go hide that evidence. And then when the cops show up, the cops arrest and put handcuffs on the guy that's bleeding out on the ground. He tells them he's been stabbed. They say they don't believe him and he dies. That's Henry Novak. You should look into that. But that is the world we are going into, unless we put a stop to it. It is seeming to me the way that this will end up stopping is for people that are doing this technology and all this stuff. They start actually being afraid of what may happen if they are caught trying to install this stuff. That would be the ultimate deterrent. From what I can see with flock cameras is paying absolutely anybody to install things. I saw a picture of was it DirecTV or Dish, one of those satellite companies, their van right beside the guy installing the flock camera. So maybe if these people can see, understand what it is that they're installing and learn about this stuff, and then you see like, wait, people are against this. Maybe if someone catches me installing this, maybe we'll have a problem with it. And people may not take kindly to what I'm doing. Maybe I shouldn't do this. That seems like the most effective way to get things to stop now until we get our heads out of our asses and we actually get some people that aren't ancient in the damn government and understands what is actually happening. Some people that weren't born in the friggin' 1930s controlling, having an understanding of what is happening in society, in the country, and the world in general, that have actually an understanding of this technology. That's the type of people that we need to be able to push back against this. We just had the Supreme Court ruling of Chattree versus the U.S. saying that, hey, even the shortest form of geofencing and whatever surveillance requires a warrant, yet we have all of these investment companies paying money to all of these tech companies to bypass every single congressional safeguard we have. This is insane. Okay, guys, I hope you can understand where I was going with this and you can see how everything that ties in together was an absolute grift. And I should say this, Corona, that, if you want to call that a psyop, you can totally call that one psyop. That was an overblown cold. And it was intentionally, it was used to see how far the world governments could push the people, to see how much they would buy into this shit, to see how far they can push them, to see how many rights they could trample, to see how they could turn citizens against each other, to start turning each other in. That was a trial run, and we are here in the different form of that, running on with what they've learned from that to keep pushing this sort of shit on everybody else. Time to wake up, people. Time to wake everyone else up that you know. All right? Okay, guys. That's all I got for today. Please go watch my other videos in this playlist, the automotive news and politics one. This is where I'm going over all this spyware stuff. And I'm doing my best to try and see how it can all integrate and spread the word. It relies on everybody else to spread the word too, okay? You need to tell everyone you know exactly what is going on. You will run across idiots, the I have nothing to have, or the I have nothing to hide people, or the, oh, you know, whatever, it is for safety, or, you know, if it saves one life. You will run into those idiots. They are the stupidest people to come across. There's not much you can do for them. Their brain is already broken. Move on to the other people that their brain is not broken yet, and let them know what is going on. Get the people that are just kind of like, they don't know what is happening. They're ignorant to everything that's going on. All right, let them know what is actually happening. Wake them up. Start spreading the word as much as possible, and we can put an end to this. All right, guys. That's all I've got for today. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that stuff, and I will see you next time. Later. Thanks for watching.